Hey folks, this is Sledgehammer with the Boondock Gaming Community coming to you today on Basic Construction with Life is Feudal Your Own. We're going to show you how to build a tiny shack and so give you some of the knowledge on basic construction and what you need to know to be able to successfully build structures as you progress in your career here on Life is Your Own. So we got some nice beachfront property today. We're going to build a shack on it. I think this looks nice little view and everything. So first thing you want to know is you need to click on a grid on the ground. But as I mentioned before, we need to have flattened ground, so I'm just going to show you the error here that you get. If you try to do it, go down to construction and create. Try to do this on not flat ground. Go to our tiny shack here. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to mention is skill book. Let's take a look at the skill book real quick here. I'm going to have to close out that window. Alright, let me close this out. Go into the skill book and take a look at the different skills in the construction line real quick here. As you can see, let's come down here to terraforming. Then we go into our construction materials, prep, and construction. So you have your different levels, 0, 30, different things you can do at level 30 and at level 60, like level 90 and so on. More structures as you level up you'll be able to build. So then you get into construction and masonry and architecture and really build the big cool stuff. So it's just a basic look at the skill tree and the skill line. So we'll go ahead and close that out. And then I'll show you the grid here in the ground. That go down to construction materials, create, go down to our tiny shack, place build. And as you can see, the squares are yellow. So it will let you attempt to build something here, but you will get a message saying that it needs to be flattened first. So let's go ahead and do that. Hit build. Take our time here. So down here in the chat window under the system tab, just make sure you have that out when you're building so you can see if you get any error messages. Take a look here and see we have to flatten the ground to be able to build. So save time, I went ahead and flattened some plot out for us here, over here. Nice little 4x4, and you want to try to do the build first before you flatten, just so you know how many squares you'll need to flatten out. So let's come down here, we'll go to build, create, and our tiny shack. So we could place our little tiny shack on this square. As you'll notice, it does fall off the edge here, over here on the side a little bit, so we'll use this little grid up here at the top, or this little box, to be able to move it around to our liking. So let's go here. It's just a simple right and left with your mouse. Put it on. If you wanted to move it, adjust it the other way, we could do that too. But that's still right and left with your mouse. It's not up and down. Different angles here, and you got the rotator. So just one more time to show you there. So let's go ahead and go into observe mode. Hit tab, make the cursor disappear. We can now wheel around and take a look at our house and where we want to place it and how we want to place it. And as you can see, our door is not facing the beach. What fun is a beachside property that does not face the beach? So let's go ahead and rotate this to our liking. Hit tab again to bring out the cursor. Go over here to the rotate. Let's rotate it around here. Okay, whoops. Alright, get it lined up. Then we can move it over. Oop, wrong one. Alright, there we go. So let's get it on there, and then we got it set way we want it, way it likes, facing the beach. Looks nice. Alright, and a beautiful view of the sun there. So let's go ahead and click build. And we'll go ahead and lay the foundation for this, and this will be able to show you the materials you'll need to be able to build. So once we get that done here, alright, the foundation's there. So let's wheel around and look. And as mentioned previously in other videos, you want to be able to know what you're clicking on. See how it says tiny shack there? We want to make sure that our cursor is over that, so we can right click, go to create, and now it shows us our materials, which we need 20 boards and 10 building logs. And I think I only have 10 in my inventory of boards. Let's go over here and take a look. I've got some materials already ahead of time to kind of speed things up. Open up our inventory here. Yep, only got 10 boards, so I'm going to have to cut down a tree here and saw out some boards. Let's get that, but you can store materials in here for the time being while you're gathering. It may take you a little bit longer to get materials, so go ahead and put that in here. 10 boards. Alright, but we still need it. And the thing you want to look at are the boards as well. This just says boards, so it could use softwood or hardwood boards. And I think I put hardwood. Yep, put hardwood boards in there. So pay attention to the materials you'll need, because hardwood boards will not work in softwood and vice versa. So I'll have to come over here and cut down a tree real quick and saw out some boards. Got a little bit of logging and carpentry on this guy, so I think I can handle it and do it. Bye, tree. Alright, let's click on that. And saw out some boards here. And as with anything, you want to pay attention to your stamina. Your stamina will decrease on the bottom left hand corner as you're doing it, so I think I'll be able to get 3 out of this before I run out of stamina. And boop. Yeah, catch my breath. So as you go to build the bigger structures, the same thing will happen. You will run out of breath and have to do it a couple different times, do the build process a couple different times as you consume the materials. So let's go over here. I think I got 4 boards out of that, so let's go over here and cut down another tree. Oh, got a log over here on the ground, I can use that. Kind of racing against the daylight here, so saw out these boards real quick. There's 5. 6. Alright. Come on, 7 before the stamina runs out. Alright. Oh, and it consumed it. Okay, so 7 boards. I'll need some more here. Cut this guy down. Okay, it's going to be a beautiful little house, little shack on the beachfront. Don't have to worry about paying taxes and all that. Just enjoy living and live, eat to live and live to grow and prosper. So, alright, we got 9. There should be 10 here. Boop. Let me double check here. Let me look at my inventory. Oh, no, we're off a little bit here. So go ahead and cut these out. Gets a little bit tedious, but it's the whole fun of it. Our server uses the basic settings. We're going to cut this tree down. Get more self-worth when it's a little bit more difficult than Instacraft kind of thing. Alright, you know what? Now I think about it, I did look at the inventory. Maybe it wasn't stacked properly. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, look, we got 11 boards. Alright, so let's go ahead and stack these guys up here. Inventory doesn't really stack this well, so let's close that out. So now we got our final 10 boards, so we can go ahead and put that back in and then begin the tedious transfer of the building logs. Building logs, depending upon your stamina, you only can carry 3 at a time, and I know we need 10, so that'll be about 4 trips. Oops, missed it. There you go. So get back in our crafting window, drop in our other 10 boards, leave one behind, and let's go over here and get our building logs as nighttime's quickly approaching. So we can only carry 3. I'll go tell you how to split stacks here. Split stacks is just holding the shift, left click, and drag, and you'll be able to split the stack that way. So boop, highlight the number, put in our 3, and say OK, and we split the stack. So I'll have to do that a couple times here. Oops, missed it. Our 3, and put our 3 in here. As you could tell by our inventory, we are overburdened a little bit right up here, so we'll go ahead and close that out. Come back over here, put it in our crafting window. Missed it. Put that in there, and drop it in there, and we'll come back over to our inventory. Grab another 3 logs out of the inventory. So I say you only can carry 3. I'll try to drop 4. Yeah, see, overburdened. You only can carry 3. At least my guy can only carry 3, so we'll split that last one out. Oops. Used to hit an escape to close windows. Alright, come back and drop this one in here. Sometimes it's a little precise trying to find the area. Just the key thing is to watch for that text, so you know you're highlighted over it. You can right click on it then. Back and forth, back and forth. Alright. Imagine have to cut down the trees and carry these things. It's take even longer. So try to do a little bit of diligence and speeding things up to show you some of the basic components of the construction line here. Alright, let's drag that one in there, and we only got one more to go. Alright, let's get that last guy in there. Let's get our shack built before the sun fully goes down here. As you can tell, it's getting pretty dark. Alright, drag it in there, and we're good to go. Now the key thing is you want to watch as well. Don't stand in the grids of where you're trying to build, because if you do, you end up getting an error message saying this area is blocked because it can't populate it because your character is taking up that area. So I'll go ahead and show you here. I'm standing in the grid of the 4x4 16 block grid. We'll build this out here. I'll show you. Again, make sure you have your system tab window open. Look at the bottom and you'll get your error message right here at the bottom. This area is blocked, as you can see right here. So we need to come outside the grid here. I know I was building it on the edge, so we'll stand outside there and try to get it out here. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's hit build. Alright, and again, stamina in the bottom left hand corner does decrease. This one's not a tedious project to build, so not much stamina is going to decrease out of that. But we should have it now. Yep, there it is. Alright, so we have constructed our house on the beachfront property. Beautiful, beautiful beachfront property. So we'll go in here and set it as our home. Right click.